Logic. Some big breaking news. I got to turn the light on. Big breaking news. This is big, folks. So Trump's been under all this crazy investigations. There's this judge. I want to share a picture for those of this is the judge. He's mugging for the camera all the time. This guy, and he's wreaking havoc in Trump's life like nobody's business. Nobody else would get this treatment. I'm serious. I mean, they wouldn't do this. He this is like for him his celebrity chance. It's just wild to me, having watched this throughout. But Trump just scored a massive victory in appeals court. So please do smash that like as you come in. Do chat in with where you're from. It only shows 16 people on, so I know a few more people will join in here quickly, and I want to just get this out. But this is a huge appeals court victory for Trump. So if you remember, what's this judge's name? Ergadon, or Engoron. I just don't even want to remember his name, honestly. But Judge Arthur Engoron, if you have been following this at all, he ruled on a civil lawsuit brought by Attorney General Letitia James. Letitia, because she's just the best. Okay, so they found that Trump and his company deceived banks, insurers, and other massively overvaluing assets, exaggerating his net worth, from making deals and securing loans. Now, what's interesting about that is, so I've done real estate loans. I'm sure many of you have done real estate loans, and they send out appraisers. Banks don't enter into this stuff like, oh, geez, I had no idea. Oh, you're right. Yeah, company that thing you're telling me is worth, 250 million is only worth 1 million, but I'll just believe you. That's not how it works. And he's paid back all those loans. That's interesting too. No one was defrauded of their money. Engoron Engoron ordered through this that some of Trump's business licenses be rescinded as punishment, making it difficult or impossible to do business, of course, in New York, and said he would have to continue to have an independent monitor oversee Trump's organization operations. Well, just recently, and this is so exciting. Where did it go? Right here. All right. So this out of the Daily Mail, but I got this, I have to tell you, off of Nick Moseder's, he had posted to DC Drano, but the appeals court just ruled against this whacked out judge. So listen to this. Win for Trump, this out of the dailymail.com, win for Trump as judge stops the breaking up of his business in his $250 million New York fraud trial after a tense week in court, but rejects bid to have the case suspended. So the case is still moving on. But you need to understand that this judge just willy-nilly goes out there and says, oh, yeah, by the way, we're going to break up your businesses. You had to have independent people do this, just like that. Okay, and an appeals court judge ruled today to allow former President Donald Trump to control his businesses. So Donald Trump is still able to maintain control of his businesses. This is the craziest thing. On Friday, today, Trump lawyer Christopher Kise told an appellate judge, this is a massive error. It is irreparable on taking Trump's business licenses. An appeals court judge ruled to allow former President Donald Trump to control his businesses for now. Trump's lawyers had asked the state's intermediate appellate court to suspend the trial in New York Attorney General Letitia James' lawsuit and prevent Judge Arthur Engoron from enforcing his ruling of last week, which revokes the Republican frontrunner's business licenses and puts a court-appointed receiver in charge of his companies. The judge rebuffed Trump's campaign's push to pause the trial, but agreed to leave him in control of his holdings. The decision, after an emergency hearing Friday afternoon, came 5 days into the closely watched trial. Trump's lawyers, Clifford Robert, Michael Farina, and Michael Medeo, wrote in 41-page appellate brief that Engoron clearly does not comprehend the scope of his chaos this decision has wrought. I actually believe that the judge did understand the scope of the chaos that his decision would wrought. This is embarrassing for the judge. It's embarrassing for Letitia James. This is the guy here. I'm going to pull a quote out of an earlier article I had read. So, he's over there, he's hamming it up. And then Trump talked about how 80% of the case was beyond the statute of limitations. So here's Engoron said that the day after, because, the evidence was still admissible, but the charges were not, if that makes sense. So this is Engeron. He said, "If you were here for yesterday's excitement, welcome back." Engeron said as Trump looked on. He's just constantly hamming for the cameras. It's ridiculous. Smash that like. This is a big win. This is a big win for Trump. I mean, can you imagine owning businesses and then having it just taken away from you, having your licenses stripped? This is the problem with the administrative state and the control that they issue over people's lives, over their businesses, all of it. Okay, laissez-faire, baby. Get your hands off our businesses, get your hands off our lives. And so, anyways, Engeron went on. As I stated yesterday, the statute of limitations bars claims, not evidence. And anyways, that was his statement because, oh, the excitement, honestly, Latita and this judge, they're right now just gaining star celebrity status amongst the leftists. But the fact is, they just got a sound thumping. Okay, you can't just go. Do you know there's a Fourth Amendment to our Constitution that guarantees that this kind of nonsense can't just happen? This is also ridiculous. I can't even. Do you know who else is under it right now? Mike Lindell, he's under it. They're sending IRS agents to look into his employees that have call centers at home. I'm sure it has something to do with independent contractor status versus employee status. I don't have all the details on it yet, but so they're messing with that. The state of Minnesota is constantly trying to say, well, the fact that you have these sales means that you can't have these sales. The like sales on his product, like, so you can use my promo code, right, and save. The sale bounces around. Okay, so it's just like, sales, like sometimes it's more off this product or more off this one or whatever. Yeah, he's got lawyers right now. So Mike Lindell's millions of dollars in the hole to his lawyers, had to let his lawyers go. For the Dominion case that they have on him. So, and he has pursued and pursued and pursued what he feels is right. And he's constantly getting taken to task. American Express took away, a bunch of his business and so on. So, hey, I'll make my pitch for MyPillow because, you know what? MyPillow 2.0. It's great. It's this cooling technology. I love this fabric. I don't even use a pillowcase on this pillow, but go over there. You can get this stuff. Go to mypillow.com/lumberjack. Use promo code lumberjack. You get big savings and you support a patriot, somebody who really loves the country. I mean, there's no doubt that Mike Lindell loves America. But yeah, so we've got the New York Appeals Court stops Judge Engeron's ruling that forced Trump Organization to cancel business certificates and appoint receivers. The civil trial still gets to proceed. Okay, it's still proceeding, people. I just want you to know that. But it really is a humiliating loss for the judge and Latita James, who are both hamming it up for the camera so much. And Trump can still maintain control of his businesses. Just imagine if I have small businesses. I can't imagine somebody coming in here and taking away the right for me to do what I do, to go shoot video when I need to go shoot video and try to put somebody else in charge of my business. It's absurd. I mean, if you can imagine, like it's kind of like when they went and raided Mar-a-Lago and they're searching through Melania's underwear drawer and all this. Who has faced more persecution in politics than Donald Trump? And you know what? The guy just keeps pressing forward. You gotta respect his complete and unabashed commitment to just keep running. I mean, most people would have quit. They would have quit. Yeah, smash the like button. 680 beyond, 376 likes. Come on, more of you got to like this news than that. I mean, this is a big victory for Trump, and really, it's not just a big victory for Trump. I want you to look at this. This is a big victory for you out there as well, because anybody who doesn't want to see government overreach, who doesn't want to see a point in time in our history where the government can just run roughshod over the people and do whatever they want, take away your businesses, raid your homes. All of this is guaranteed within our Constitution that these types of things won't happen to us. And so, here's the deal. This judge, Trump will not get a positive ruling from this judge. It's just not going to happen. Okay. The judge has proven himself already. So Trump is going to have to appeal this case, and then we're going to see what happens. So Lisa Fleming says, I keep praying for Trump and his family. I'm sure he appreciates those prayers, and I'm not even kidding. I've told this story before, but I went to Africa on a missions trip. And one of the gals I went with, if you remember years ago, there was a shooting in Colorado at the YWAM, that's Youth with a Mission headquarters. And the young lady's name is Tiffany, and she'd babysat our kids. She was a friend of ours, and her dad was on Good Morning America, telling a story, and he had actually started a missionary scholarship fund to send other missionaries off to YWAM to. I'm getting choked up actually talking about this because Tiffany was a sweet young lady. She was, how old was she? 23, something like that. 20, young, okay. And she was shot and killed out there. The dad's on Good Morning America telling his story, and none of you know what happened. The only reason I know is because I walked into his office to deliver a video I'd done of his daughter from the missions trips that we had been on, and to meet him. And do you know what he had on his wall? A framed check in the amount of $10,000 from guess who? Donald Trump. And do you know why? Donald Trump saw him on Good Morning America. He actually reached out to the show, got the address to send the money to, and didn't tell anyone. He didn't tell anyone. You guys don't know that. He didn't make like a big announcement. He just sent the check, and it sits on the wall. Actually, the company's been sold now, but the guy owned an electric company, and so he was an electrician. And so Trump just gave that because, ultimately he's a pretty giving guy. He's got his flaws like we all do, but it's just nuts. Um, but now to think $250 million, a civil fraud case, like who's been defrauded? Who's been defrauded? Look at it. The number is 777 of you on. That's the number of perfection right there. That's a triple, the Trinity, times seven. It was three sevens. The Trinity of sevens, the number of perfection. Anyways, so I just tell you that story, and yeah, so it's a big win, and it's got to be a big relief for Donald Trump right now. So, again, please smash the like on your way out, if you will. Please go support my sponsor, Pillow. That's right, mypillow.com. Promo code Lumberjack. Get one of these new MyPillow 2.0s. They came out early this year. They're really great. They've got the cooling technology. The fabric is very different. I really love those pillows. One of my favorite products is the travel pillow. I always have that here. In my lumberjack plaid, you can get that. And then mypillow.com/lumberjack, promo code lumberjack, however you want to do that. And then get the Giza sheets. I tell people it's the best product. I love it. So anyways, so Trump gets a big victory, and it's a big victory for you too. If you're new to the show, please do subscribe. I'd love to have you on. I've got a great audience. I really do. You guys are just a great audience. So thanks so much. I love y'all. Peace out.